we have focused a lot about, how ASEAN should engage with the outside world, with, the strategic autonomy, the strategic agency, multi-alignments, much more pragmatic about our relations, not taking side, not be trapped in the rivalry and so on. Now, I like to go to the other side. How should outsiders really engage with ASEAN? ASEAN pays a lot of attention to who comes to our party, and we bear grudges sometimes. We forget, we do not forget, who miss a party, particularly when it comes to the big powers. Remember when Condoleezza Rice failed to turn up at the ASEAN Regional Forum? ASEAN never forgets it. And now we understand that the US President Biden is not coming to the East Asia Summit. President Xi Jinping, the Chinese president, never attends the East Asia Summit, always attends a sense of prime minister. What's your take on this?
Well, I guess it's always the precedent, not precedent, but precedent. When Thailand chaired ASEAN, despite being a former ally of America, they suffered the indignity of having neither president nor vice president, not just Thailand as the host, but ASEAN. So I think the Americans have, for a long time, sent a signal of uncertainty in terms of engaging ASEAN. Of course, they say it, ASEAN centrality, but they are the ones starting every kind of other device besides really engaging ASEAN. So it's just in a kind of a repeated exclusion. Whereas, as you said about China, they've been relatively consistent. I think in many ways, if a new cabinet, the President Xi is, of course, in charge, it's very good to engage the new premier and understand China more broadly as much as possible. If I could, while I'm still on the microphone, pick up on where Ibu was about the domestic issue. I think we're coming to the complexity where the outside in is combining. The outside view of ASEAN must be backed up with an internal view. The strategic and the economic come together. And that's where I want to echo what you said about the post-pandemic. It's not just the health issue. This is critical. There will be another pandemic of some kind. Numbers are already going up. But there's a budget issue. Most of us have spent too much money. We can't afford to do it the same way. There is an education and equality issue. Many children have lost years of education during the pandemic. And if we are to move up the value chain, become productive, really give better jobs to people, these are critical for the ASEAN's own agenda, mattering to our people. I think will make ASEAN more cohesive, stronger. And another issue which picked up from climate, if I may, and again, this will be important engaging other people in the world. We are facing a global phenomenon of the El Nino. This will have a play across many countries. We see it already. In our region, we will feel the heat, not just in the cities, but we will feel the heat perhaps from return of fires. Many of you know I've been pushing on this issue. I want to credit the present Indonesian government for showing great leadership. But this leadership, the institutions we have built, will be tested in the coming months. Let's hope we go through this test strongly together. And not just the haze, the inflation from rising food prices, especially rice, which, if you look at the ASEAN symbol, those are rice stocks. We really have the long-term, the global issues. We need a global voice. But the short-term tests, the post-pandemic and the El Nino phenomena, will, I think, be something to watch for in the coming months.